Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Benny and this is my video diary. So as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about what it's really like schooling in Scotland. First off, I just want to thank you guys for tuning back into my channel. If you are already a subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're not a subscriber, what are you doing? Like, if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Like, click the button below, subscribe so you can know when I post, because I'm going to be posting every week. I just want to tell you guys, this is completely my opinion. You might have a completely different experience, of course, if you do end up coming to Scotland, or if you are in Scotland already and some things I say may not agree with you or you haven't experienced. That's completely fine. This is just basically my experience and what I've learned so far. I moved to Scotland in November of 2021 and I moved here with my family. First thing I want to say is, when I first moved, I thought I was going to be going to university because I moved from Nigeria. I had just entered SS3 at the time, but I had already written my IGCSE, which is a British exam that you can write, GCSE, but they call it IGCSE because like international GCSE. That's basically what the I stands for. I didn't finish SS3, like I didn't write WAEC. About the start of SS3, that's when I moved to Scotland. So I basically thought that, from what I've heard from people, I'm going to do foundation, or I'm going to do A-levels. That's as far as I knew what happens after high school. And let's say you don't finish high school, you now have to do something like that will boost you to go to university. But I only knew something called foundation or A-levels, which is just like 2-year courses or 1-year courses. When I came, my dad told me like, you're going to high school. And I'm like, what do you mean high school? Me that I'm in final year, I'm not come and be repeating high school for hell. No. School is free here, just to say, like nursery down to high school is free. And so of course it was easy for me to enter. Their secondary school is very, very different from, of course, Nigeria and even the British curriculum and everything, which is kind of what I came from in Nigeria, because my school used to have a British curriculum. The 2 final years of high school here in Scotland is basically A-levels. It's considered A-levels, but to them it's part of their high school. So the 2 final years are called S5 and S6. S5 is basically your final year, because you can leave school after S5, but you can do S6. Let's say you didn't get enough qualifications in S5, so you now do S6. You get more qualifications, or if maybe you're just not ready to go to your college or uni, or you're not eligible to go, then you do S6 for 1 year, or you just don't do S6 at all. And I thought, okay, fine, I'm just going to do this high school thing. Like, okay, say it's A-levels, I'll just do 1 year, I'll just do S5 and I'll get into uni. You know, I was very optimistic, okay, I will just go through this, it's fine. Because throughout my life, I've moved a lot, I've changed schools a lot, so it wasn't even to my surprise I was entering on that school again. The way they do their subject systems and stuff, they call their subjects have levels. So the lowest level is National 5. Like when you get to S5 and S6, the lowest level is National 5, National 4, National 5. You have higher, you have advanced higher. So when I joined the high school, by the way, I might be explaining this completely wrong, because to me it's very confusing to even explain. So I'm trying to explain this the best as I can. So they already knew that I already did GCSE. So I think they thought, I'm already I already have a higher level of understanding, since I've done GCSEs and I was in my final year. So they gave me 5 higher subjects to do, which I'm sure 5 is the maximum amount of subjects you can do. But the fact that I just joined that one, they gave me 5 hires. I didn't even know what hires were. They just gave me, and I was fine, because I didn't even know hires was a high level, that kind of thing. I was just okay, as long as the subjects are what's aligned with what I did when I was in SS2, then it's fine. So my 5 higher subjects were higher math, higher English, higher modern studies, higher arts and design, and higher photography. Higher photography. So I was really excited to do subjects, because that's what I kind of did in SS3. I did photography as well, so I was yeah. The only thing I wasn't excited for was math, because I hate math with a passion up to today. Hey, When I started school, I started late in the year because the school here starts in August and I started in November, like ending of November. So like I had to do a lot of catching up, like a lot of catching up. I was literally studying every single day, especially for math. Other subjects like English, I didn't find it too hard because it was kind of similar to GCSEs, but I was completely wrong as well because although it was similar, they had a different way of doing things. And so because I did not know that I had to follow that way, I did not do well in my final exam. So basically at the end of S5 we had final exams and bro, I was disappointed. Like, to be honest, like I wasn't even shocked that my grades were low. Like they weren't that low. Like I passed most of them. The only thing I didn't pass was math. I probably got an F. I don't know what the grade was, but I actually didn't get a pass because pass is D. And then English, I got a D. Modern Studies, I got a D, which was really shocking because Modern Studies is like the government of the UK, of Scotland, basically. And like, I didn't even like something like that because like I used to pass government when I was in Nigeria, but like because I'm coming to a new country, I'm learning their own government, so it was very hard for me. So I was not shocked that I didn't pass it, but like still, I did love studying for that as well. The only thing I did pass was higher arts. I'm not being cocky, but I won't say I was surprised because I was good in arts and it was like practical and theoretical. So at least I'm sure it was the practical that really brought me up most of the time. And photography, I got a C. I did not do very well. I could not go further and go to college or uni. I'll probably be able to go to college, but it wasn't in my dad's plan because, as I said, we just moved here. My parents just started working. Like, it's not easy to just start bringing up money and taking your child to college, like, after, like, a few months and stuff. Here in Scotland, once you have been a resident for about 3 years, you will be eligible to get your fees paid for college and university. And so I had to do one more year, which I wasn't excited about because, bro, at that point, I was tired of high school. Because how I said S5 and S6 was basically A-levels, if they made it in a way that S5 and S6 was like a separate kind of school, like separate kind of course for A level specifically, I feel like it would have felt so much better because like then you're mixing with juniors and all that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like I had been in high school for like 10 years. School started much later than Nigerian schools. School started at like 9 a.m. for us and we closed school at like 3:40 p.m. Lifestyle and stuff, there were different kind of students. My school wasn't as diverse as I had seen other high schools in my area. There were a lot of people from other different places as well. I ended up joining the anti-racism club because I wanted to meet different people that were not Scottish, which at first is not a very good mindset. When you go into a new environment, you shouldn't like limit yourself from making friends with anybody just because, oh, they're not my race, they're not my color, they're not my culture. Like, try as much as possible to be friends or talk to anyone, like be social with anyone and everyone. I didn't really have that mindset back then. I was literally looking for like, oh my god, where are my black people, where are my Nigerian people? Like, I was also I was a very anxious human being, very insecure human being. Like, I was very quiet, like always like, if I don't talk to nobody talks to me, I'm not going to talk to you. But I did make a very, very close friend, which is still my close friend today. We were like this, we're in the same anti-racism club. And then she transferred schools and like I was all alone. We are still friends till today. But then after she left, like I just couldn't be bothered like getting close to anyone else. Like I still knew people, I would still like talk to people, but like it wasn't anything serious. I wouldn't like eat lunch with them most of the time. Like I would usually eat lunch by myself. Like sometimes I would never eat lunch because I didn't want. She left like at the beginning of S6, which was like final year. Why am I disturbing myself to make friends again? To the point that I was started doing other things just to get away from school or just to only do school and then leave. Like, this is when I get to my next point, extracurricular activities. In S6, I applied for this foundation apprenticeship that you can do alongside studying. So basically, you go to a college 2 days a week. I did a course called digital media. I'll have to go to a college on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And of course, I will miss class, so I will still have lots of catching up to do. So in a way, it was kind of like, no, it's not really good, but like it still helps you with like qualifications and experience. That's why I did it. I also did so I can get away from school. Anytime I had a free lesson or a free class, or let's say my last period was a free lesson, I'll go home. But who's going to stop me? As I said, in S5 I did 5 hires. In S6 I did 2 hires, 1 advanced hire and the apprenticeship, and 2 other subjects. I was not about to come and repeat math, repeat English, repeat modern studies just for me to feel it again. When I knew math was not a necessity, bro, I dropped that thing. They were like, people ask me like, why you not go to do maths again? I'm like, I've already failed it. Why would I go and put myself through that trauma? I started doing research into universities and where I wanted to go, like colleges, and the course I wanted to do, which was like film, related to film, and nothing there said, oh, you need maths as a qualification. My subjects in Essex, advanced higher arts, higher French, I will get into that, National 5 retail, which was like a low level subject, National 5 history was my apprenticeship. I had limited choices because I didn't want to repeat what I've done before. When I started doing the college apprenticeship, the people in my course were doing only 2 subjects, and in my school they were making me do 4 subjects. So I was like, why am I doing 4 subjects? It's very hectic because like you have to leave school 2 days a week. How am I going to catch up on 4 subjects? The only thing they let me drop was history, and I fought so hard for them to like let me drop higher French, but like it just didn't work out. They didn't allow me to do it because I didn't have enough higher grades, so they said I must do at least 2 hires. I started doing the foundation apprenticeship, and I didn't even want to get into that, but like that course was very, very useless. Till today is useless because they never even give me my scores, my grades. I would say it benefited me because I can put it on my CV that, oh, I did digital media course. Like I didn't get any grades, so like I don't even know. I didn't get any certification, nothing. Take with that as you will. If you want to escape from school for 2 days a week, do the apprenticeship. But maybe it was just the school I went to, the college I went to, that they were just so unserious. Back to lifestyle. I know a lot of people are going to be curious, like, oh, how is it like being like a black person in Scotland in a school that's not that diverse? Like, bro, calm down. It's not that deep. Like, even if you are the only black person in your school, don't make yourself feel like you're the only black person in your school. There's no way you're not going to feel it. Like, it's natural for you to feel that kind of loneliness, or like feeling like you're an outcast, or you're just left out because you're different. And it's fine, like you're different, fine, but don't make it your whole personality. Don't go around and start saying all these white people say all this one, kinikon. Like, you're literally being the person that you don't want them to be to you. If nobody is being like outwardly racist to you, then like why are you now making it an issue? Like, there are always going to be like racist people like in the world, like in the school. I've even dealt with like little, what do I call it, racism. When you start making it an issue, when you start like taking it to heart, if someone is just making one petty comment to you about your race, like just let it be. Like, you giving it that attention is just going to make the situation worse, and you're just going to give them that reaction that they want, you know. So of course, yes, I have had mini racist encounters, but like I only call it that because I don't let it get to me. If I wanted to let it get to me, I'll go and be shouting on social media, oh my god, this person called me, you won't believe what this guy said to me. But what's that going to do to you? Nothing. You're going to feel good for venting, fine. That's not your problem, that's their problem. They're the ones that are racist, not you. So don't stoop down to their level and start saying white people this, white people that, when you wouldn't want them to do the same thing to you. You get what I mean? Like, just because you're black does not mean you can't be racist. You can. So do with that information what you will. To be honest, I would just say, just be yourself. Put yourself out there to anyone, even if they are rude, they are mean, they are racist, then just cut them off. Like, let it go. Don't let what people are saying about you, what people are doing to you, affect you or affect your life as if that's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, it's karma that's going to face them. But don't go and say something that if they say it to you, you'll be angry, but you're saying it to them. You're also going to receive karma as well. Be mindful of your behavior, of what you say. Let the bad people keep being bad people, but don't stoop down to their level. So yeah, guys, I'm filming this outro like days later. I realized I probably didn't film an outro. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know this is like not really an entertaining video for this week, and I did not post last week because I literally had no time. I literally filmed this video so last minute, and I couldn't edit it last minute because I've been working and busy with school. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts. If you had the same experiences in Scotland, in the UK, anywhere, if you plan on moving to Scotland, let me know. I will love to chat. Anything you want to say, leave a comment. I will always see them. Bye.